Madden showed them by allowing rape kits to go untested for years. Everyone said that should change, but one man stood up and changed it.
The bill I sponsored cleared up that backlog and brought justice and hopeless of peace to those victims. I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message.
Right now, most roses, palms, trees, and shrubs are half price. Yes, roses, azaleas, palms, topiaries, fruit trees, ground covers, and much more are on sale during Houston Garden Center's half price sale. Don't miss this special half price sale at Houston Garden Centers.
Up to 55 combat missions in a ride. Now, I'm on a tougher mission. Daddy duty. I've changed a lot of diapers and cleaned up a lot of messes. As new parents, Emily and I know how important affordable health care is. In Congress, I'll work with Democrats and Republicans to protect families with pre-existing conditions. And I'll take on the drug companies to reduce prescription drug costs. Every family deserves better health care at lower costs. I'm Wesley Hunt, and I approve this message.
This news segment is sponsored by asbestos attorneys Ketterman, Rowland, and Westland. Now, AccuWeather with 13 Eyewitness News Chief Meteorologist Travis Herzog.
Earlier today, we had 5 named storms spinning in the Atlantic Basin for the first time since 1971, and that's the second time in recorded history this has happened. Since then, Renee has dissipated, so we're now down to 4 named storms. Newly formed today, Tropical Storm Vicky. We also have Tropical Storm Teddy, Category 2 Hurricane Paulette, and Category 2 Sally. Now, when you look out in the Gulf of Mexico, there's also a very broad area of low pressure swirling in the Bay of Campeche. It only has a 20% chance of development over the next 5 days, but we will have to watch for this to lift back northward towards the Texas coastline, potentially as a stronger area of low pressure, and with more rain and moisture coming back at us as we get just after the weekend. And I'll have more on that in a moment. But now let's talk about Sally. Sally rapidly intensified from a tropical storm this morning to now a Category 2 hurricane with 100-mile-per-hour winds. Now, as it made the transition from tropical storm to hurricane, the center jumped off to the east, and that has shifted the path eastward as well. So over the weekend, if you saw the forecast, the cone was aimed right at New Orleans. Now New Orleans is no longer even in the cone, and the hurricane warning has been expanded eastward now into Pensacola, just across the Florida border there. So we are expected to make landfall sometime tomorrow night, verging on Category 3 intensity, and then it will continue to slowly push off to the northeast. It will be a significant rainmaker in addition to the wind and the surge impacts along the north central Gulf Coast. Now, Sally's circulation is going to give us somewhat of a dry northerly flow, so our rain chance is pretty low the next few days. But look at all this rain along and east to the center. That yellow patch from Biloxi to Mobile, that's about 15 to 20 inches of rain. But because New Orleans now looks to be on the cleaner side, we're going to see a rapid reduction in rain accumulations. About 1 to 3 inches now is the outlook for the Big Easy. A big improvement from the weekend outlook that we had, or the outlook we had this past weekend. Now, notice all the accumulations out here in the Gulf over the next week. That's from that other disturbance I showed you. That's over the Bay of Campeche. It's 92 now in Houston. Feels like 101. That north wind is not connecting with that much of a dry air mass. It's 92 in Galveston. The dew points in the 70s make it feel like it's 106. We have had a few showers popping up this afternoon, and we'll see something similar tomorrow. Let's go to Future Track.
Did you hear about that truck that caught fire on 59?
Dry after midnight. And the first half of the day tomorrow, really not expecting much rain.
One of the girls took a picture of it and showed it to me.
So we'll be watching for some showers to erupt and move to the south and southwest as we get into the afternoon heat. Meanwhile, Sally will be preparing to make landfall somewhere there along the northeast Gulf Coast. Now, as we look ahead to early next week, that area of low pressure I showed you in the Bay of Campeche now expected to lift northward and bump into a front stalled out near I-10. That could lead to some heavy rains, mainly south of I-10, so we're calling for a 30% chance of coastal thunderstorms at this time. Rain chances do scale up to 40% Thursday and Friday as a steering low pressure system over Texas, which is pushing Sally away from us, brings us a chance of storms. We do expect a slight humidity break by Saturday, but then we'll have to watch that tropical moisture that sits to our south to give us...
And it's supposed to rain the rest of the week?
All right, Travis, thank you. Well, as Hurricane Sally heads for the Gulf Coast, the Houston SPC...
You mean hurricanes, not tornadoes.
To protect
hurricanes.
cats and dogs who might find themselves...
Yeah, they're firing.
Yesterday, this afternoon, dozens of cats and dogs...
From the home of Bills since 1973, Bill Stadium just south of downtown Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the New York Jets. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is
They just said it was 5. One dissipated.
Oh, one did? Who was it? Probably Renee.
Special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
And the distinguished flying cross valley. I'm taking and we fought like hell to get over the policy. Because my mission isn't over while Texas fans are still here.
Where's my cover 2?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
That's 20% off your entire purchase. Plus, take 3 years today. This weekend only at Ashley Home Store.
1 in 3 Texans have approved the
They run with a former Jaguar. It's TJ Yeldon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Even during the pandemic, Wesley Hunt would take away our health care.
I'm Lizzie Fletcher, and I'm fighting to protect coverage for pre-existing conditions. I approve this message because you have enough to worry about right now.
Save big this weekend at Ashley Home Store.
From the gun, Allen. It's hauled in by Lee Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
He's not critical about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the Super Bowl champs to the team that many see as this year's Super Bowl.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He gets it to ground. Complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Missed too many tackles. We missed 20 tackles in the game, which the Chiefs missed tackles too. Wouldn't have many.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And the grab by Croft. 3 yards the game there, 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Complaints from teachers regarding violations of COVID-19.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Plus, thousands are still facing eviction because of this pandemic. How much time you still have left?
Now Allen again, and that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Number 20.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's brought down
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give to Bell. across the 20-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Right now, the news at 6:30 tonight, a Baytown officer facing charges in the shooting death of a local woman we first told you about, Pamela Turner's death.
6 yards left on second down.
We'll talk about that, but first we're also watching what's happening in the Gulf as Hurricane Sally takes aim east of Louisiana. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist.
The give is to Bell. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Le'Veon Bell.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it's third down.
New Orleans and most of Louisiana now in terms of where that center may go. So things are looking a little bit better from the Big Easy and the rest of Louisiana. But it has caused the hurricane warnings to shift eastward all the way down to Pensacola in the Florida Panhandle. You can see the circulation on radar about 100 miles offshore. And it won't be until tomorrow night this makes landfall.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for first and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Faces a felony charge of aggravated assault by a public servant in connection to Pamela Turner's killing. Now, if he is convicted, Dela Cruz faces...
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's Bell. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 28. 7 yards there and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Have reported hundreds of violations of COVID-19 safety guidelines. On an online survey, 660 pool members from 135 districts around the state reported a variety of what they saw as deficiencies. 246 members submitted for
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second down now. It's Bell, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10.
Absolutely. In fact, that's exactly why John's devoting an entire week to this. In fact, all week long, we'll be taking a deep dive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And they'll They'll keep it on the ground with Bell. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
He said it takes a couple of weeks for immunity to kick in after you get a vaccine. And with COVID numbers still growing, it's more important than ever to protect yourself from this year's seasonal flu.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Has grown to at least 35, and of course all this happening in the middle of a
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Whipped off by Bless on Austin. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run on 1st down. Bell so light on his feet. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
And people are continuing to struggle to pay rent tonight. Action 13 is doing what we can to help out. We have more answers on rental assistance coming up after the break.
Oh, I gotta fix that. What the hell?
Now Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
For the extra point.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
We've been a team since the beginning. Dan
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's caught by Beasley.
Damn, defense is not working correctly. That was not the play.
That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence?
Don't get confident with that.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 1st downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Bell. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Chris Herndon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. For the point after, Sam Ficken. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Jets 21, Bills nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Oh, I juked too much.
And the Jets will take over first.
Damn it.
At their own 30-yard line.
Take this slow fuck. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's my rookie?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Denzel Mims. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jets will extend their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Your Jets 28, Bills nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Bills take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
There we go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Oh, shit. I had him? Oh, damn. Okay, you know, that's even better. I didn't know I had him on the fucking game.
Ball up to the 35
oh,
now
shit.
as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Muhammad. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They go again with Muhammad. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
On the tackle. A gain of 5. First down, New York.
Just sleep with the click of this button.
Things are going to be different around here. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. You can sleep with Inspire too.
On first down, Muhammad. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's why I'm fighting.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the
I
football.
approve this message because everyone should have access to good.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold. It's complete. It's Gore. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed in the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. Denzel Mims, the rookie, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
On 2nd down, Muhammad. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Darnold from the gun. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin, because he keeps all of our good stats, but what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice healthy lead.
After after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click. I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
Good luck.
he's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the numbers. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10. You're going to blitz. Likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
That one was intended for John Brown, but it's going to be second down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers, both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Allen to throw once more. And that's caught by Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Left side of your screen, that is Pensacola, Florida, where folks have been busy preparing for the hurricane all day long.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
Allen. Then he finds Beasley complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh,
this is
nice.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bills are in for 6. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. You go a slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
But they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of it at the 24.
Their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We just let these guys play, and we just let them know the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, I'm not as worried or concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5.
Cover 2. I see cover 2.
Airing one out for Crowder.
Oh, nice. Faded me very good. Nice. If I can get it over him. Damn it. Gotta get ready.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Because this ball game is over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
At the 46-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And this one caught by Beasley.
Yeah, the stupid black screen comes up to them.
And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
at the Jets' 37-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen.
Damn, quarterback fast as shit.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On first down, it's goal. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy. If they practiced for this back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it.
Cut the wrong way. Freaking hole in the middle.
The key first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
Oh, I went for the pick.
You won't meet up with this team again.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Pierre Desir. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Darnold on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. It's going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jets, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
crap.
Washington, the guys from Texas, he bought a farm there. He was doing all kinds of workouts in quarantine, throwing hay bales around to get stronger. Use what you got, right?
That's right. Well, here's Smith-Schuster here, right? He's been using a lot of picks from the inside. This time he's going to work to the outside. Washington comes underneath. But watch what happens to the two defensive backs and how they work into each other right there, and that opens it up. But this is what's different about Nate Washington. Chris, you made a great point. Washington, when he came, or James Washington, when he came over from, when he got drafted out of Oklahoma State, he was just a guy that was vertical. He's running a post and a go. Last 2 years have been really tough on him, challenging to learn how to become a complete receiver. Year 3, you're starting to really see him grow and develop and show you he can do more than just go downfield.
Got the award as the top receiver in college football, the Bolitnikoff Award, 2017.
How about Ben Roethlisberger on that drive? 5 of 7, 67 yards and a touchdown. And don't forget that 11-yard scramble. It's probably the best he's looked all night as far as just getting into a rhythm.
No doubt.
And he's calling the plays, right?
Kickoff scooted. Yeah, Lewis will leave it there. Yeah, that's when he's in his element, though, right?
Yeah,
that's why he's had 46 game-winning drives.
That's right.
NFL prime time, back for another season. Booger, Sunday at 7:30 Eastern time, only on ESPN Plus. Nobody takes you through all the highlights and breaks down every game like those two. Also available to stream every week, so you can watch anytime you want, any device you choose. Now the Giants, not to like about this opening half. Yeah, they had problems on the offensive line. Defense was pretty stout until that drive, but the veteran in year 17, coming off that elbow surgery a year ago, drives the Steelers for a 6-point lead after 30 minutes here. End of the first half. We're empty the energized MetLife Stadium. Time now for the USAA Insurance halftime.
We make USAA insurance for this season and the veterans that never quit on their team. When being a fan gets tough and stretching your budget gets even tougher, our agents put in the time and legwork for you. So saving on auto insurance is easy. Because saving a little extra goes a long way. USAA. What we're made of, we're made for.
USAA, an official insurance sponsor of the NFL, presents the USAA Insurance Halftime.
Welcome to the USAA Insurance Halftime. The big story, Big Ben's return here with Will McFarland and Adam Schefter. I'm Susie Culver. So Ben hadn't played since last September. Took him a little time to shake off the nerves and the rust, but then they got it going.
Yeah, both quarterbacks came out a little rusty. Neither team can run the football, but once you saw Ben Roethlisberger knock the rust off and getting a little rhythm, then you saw, especially in the 2-minute drill, then you saw the